We're on the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, formerly the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. We've been flying rockets out of here since 1951. Our first launch was a captured P-2 rocket from Germany, of course, along with the scientists and technicians that came over from Operation Paperclip. They started launching those missiles out of White Sands.
Speak a little louder.
Yes, sir. They started launching those missiles out of White Sands, New Mexico. And in order to get to the Pacific range from there, you had to overfly Mexico. Well, a few of the missiles didn't overfly Mexico. The Mexican government was not too pleased that we were flying basically Nazi weapons over their territory and asked them to fly somewhere else. So they did a big survey, looked, and they realized if you fly off the coast of Florida here, the Cape, head a little bit east of Cuba, east of Cuba, you got 6,000 miles of range, nothing but open ocean. So that's why we fly out of the Cape. And just about all the early programs out here were defense. We developed Atlas, Titan, Pershing. All the sea-based submarine ballistic missiles first flew off the Cape, 6 generations. And so did a lot of that early on, and then we started to try to do scientific missions. The first one failed miserably, blew up on the pad, and NASA asked the Army Redstone, von Braun, can you get a satellite into orbit? And in a very short time turnaround they did with a Redstone off of pad 26, and that was 1957. In 61 we launched the first US astronaut in the Mercury program. In 62, 63 we launched John Glenn for the orbital flight. So we've been pretty busy ever since then. And right now we've had some of the busiest years on record since we had SpaceX flying quite often. In fact, they flew yesterday. I don't know if you guys didn't see it, and they'll fly again next Sunday. They'll fly again. So all very, very cool. And the way we're laid out is we have a storyboard for each one of our launch pads, and we have and it tells you what launched from there and when, and if there's any fun facts that go along with that.
I was here in 1960 to build the project.
Oh wow!
On Cape Canaveral.
Oh, fantastic! Well, welcome back.
It was in the Polaris area.
There you go.
And the Polaris hadn't flown prior to that, but I saw the first successful ignition of the second stage.
Oh, okay. They flew one off the pad with just the second stage.
This is from the ground.
Yeah, right.
Silo.
Yeah, that's very cool. I worked in the Navy Fleet Ballistic Missile Program for 35 years.
Let's go over here and look at the Cape Canaveral station. This is very interesting right here. It takes up a lot of area.
They had so many kids. I brought somebody in to put the last checkup before we would settle the down that afternoon. And so this was really before before normal work. But anyway, then we tried to leave. And they had a launch schedule for that day, but they never told us. My daughter worked before that, and so we made her own difference. I didn't expect to get back. Well done before 36.
Yeah, well, there, a lot of houses on 36 and 58, so it was active back then.
Yeah. But anyway, so it'd be one of these around here
Okay.
that we got trapped in.
Wow.
Anyhow, we survived.
Yeah. So this is Cape Canaveral Space Force.
the grows, there's so many more launch facilities now than there was back then.
Right.
So I'm glad I came along. I hadn't planned to come up here until yesterday, but I'm glad I did. This is the picture of the launch of Alan Shepard, who was the first man to go to ride on the missile. Alan Shepard's trip was only 15 minutes downrange. But he did prove that he could put a man in the air and it was safe to fly him. The next one was John Glenn, who was the first one to orbit the Earth. And he was launched from a different pad. But this is what it looked like in the very early days.
When he ran for president, his wife and mother told him, "Don't tell him you ever were a nerd. You'll never get elected. Tell him you're a peanut farmer from Georgia. You'll get the farm vote, etc. And tell him also you're a Sunday school teacher. You'll get the Orthodox religious vote," which is exactly what he did. He never said a word about it. But as I say, they don't mention about Hyman Rickover, the admiral, and his lieutenant commander Jimmy Carter, the atomic physicist who helped build the first atomic submarine.
Well, that was an electric boat. You'd have to go up to Groton, Connecticut. They should have that history up there.
Yeah.
So we do have a basin for both the Poseidon subs and the early subs, I forget what they were called. And also we have a basin for the new Triton sub. Not exactly, it's 30 years old. So we used to get the subs come in and would outload them with a missile and go off the coast and launch, do test launches.
Another we
All right, let's go.
Yeah, that's better.
I like it. It's good, and 10 is always good in Florida.